Good morning, dear friends. Myself, Chandrasekhar MD. I am working as a mathematics lecturer in Sharda Residential PU College, Kunjibettu, Udupi. Today I am going to teach you one interesting topic and easy topic, that is probability. Let us learn, let us understand what is the meaning of probability. So in our day life, we come across many statements like most probably it will rain today, more chances that Ramesh will get rank this time, and I doubt that Sham will pass the exam. So in these statements, most probably more chance, doubt, these words shows the uncertainty of occurrence of an event. Uncertainty means it may occur, it may not happen, it may happen. But probability is the concept which numerically measures the degree of certainty of occurrence of event. Or in easy words, we can say probability is the degree of chance of occurrence of an event. Now, in our day-to-day life, we perform many experimental activities where the result is same even any number of times repeated. For example, if you considered a set of triangles ABC, PQR or any set of triangles, without knowing the three angles, we can say the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So the result is same even if you considered any other type of triangles. So such experiments are not called as random experiments. Suppose if you take a die, if you roll it, so any number may come up. So 1 may come up, 2 may come up, 3 may come up, 4 may come up, 5 may come up, 6 may come up, right? Any number may come up. In the same way, if you toss a coin, head may come up or tail may come up. Result is not the same, even it is repeated under same conditions. So such experiments are known as random experiments. So what is meant by random experiments and what are the conditions of random experiments? So any experiment which consists of more than one result, more than one outcome, we say, more than one outcome, and when we are rolling a die, we cannot predict which one will come up, which number may come up. So that is, we cannot predict the outcome in advance. Such experiments are known as random experiments. So what are the conditions? First condition is, any experiment is said to be a random experiment, it has more than one outcome. Outcome means the possible result of a random experiment, and the second condition is it is not possible to predict the outcome in advance. Right? Suppose toss a coin. Is it possible from us that head will come up or tail will come up? No. Any among those two may come up, right? So we cannot predict the outcome in advance, and it has two outcomes, head or tail. So such experiments are known as random experiments. Now, what is meant by outcome? Outcome nothing but the possible result. When we do the experiment, we will get the result, right? The possible result of a random experiment is called outcome. The possible result of a random experiment I just now told you what is meant by random experiment. So any experiment has more than one outcome and we cannot predict the outcome in advance. Such experiments are known as random experiments. So the possible result of a random experiment is called an outcome. Yes. Then how many outcomes are there in the when the experiment is rolling a die? That is 1 may come up, 2 may come up, 3 may come up, 4 may come up, 5 may come up, 6 may come up. So therefore there are 6 outcomes. When you toss a coin, for example, when you toss a coin, how many possible outcomes are there? Head may come up or tail may come up, right? So these are the two possible outcomes. Now if you collect all possible outcomes of a random experiment, then it is said to be sample space. What is meant by sample space? The set of all outcomes of a random experiment is known as sample space. The set of all possible outcomes. The set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment is called sample space. So then toss a coin once. So what is the sample space? And it is denoted by S, the letter capital S. So sample space in case of die is rolled, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When 2 coin tossed once or a coin tossed twice, both the experiment is same. So when you toss a coin, 2 coins are tossed. So what is the sample space in this experiment? 2 coins are tossed. When 2 coins are tossed, what is the sample space in that case? So when you toss a coin, head may come up or tail may come up. In second coin, there are one possibility, head may come up or tail may come up. If head comes in the first coin, then there is a chance that head also may come in the second coin. Or head may comes in the first, tail may come in the second coin. Or first tail and then head in the second coin. Or both the coins may show head, tail. So these are the 4 possible outcomes of this experiments. 2 coins are tossed. Now let us solve the exercise problems where they are describing the sample space of the even random experiments. Describe the sample space for the experiment 2 dice thrown. So what is the sample space in that experiment? 2 dice are rolled. So that is 1 may come up in the first, even one may come, 1 in the first die, 2 in the second, 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 4, 1 5, 1 6. So next 2 1, 2 2, like this till 2 6, right? So 3 may come up in the first die, 1 in the second, like this 3 to 6. So keep on, it continues till where? 6 1, 6 2, so on up to 6 6. So how many sample points are there? Sample point means it is a member of sample space. Outcome of the sample space is known as sample point. So how many sample points are there? Easily we can determine that. So when a die is rolled, there are 6 possible outcomes When another die is rolled, again 6 possible outcomes. Therefore, the total number of sample points is 6 into 6. Therefore, we get 36. So, 36 outcomes, right? So, it is difficult to write down in a easy word how to represent this sample space. That is, set of all order pairs x comma y such that x comma y both are equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. This is the sample space which gives all these order pairs. When x is 1, y may 1, when x is 1, y is 2, like that. All possible outcomes will come. So, this is an easy way to represent this sample space when 2 dice are rolled. Now, let me consider another experiment. A coin is tossed and a die is rolled. A coin is tossed and a die is rolled. A coin is tossed and die is rolled. So, when coin is tossed, head may come up or tail may come up, and simultaneously we are throwing a die. In that, 1 may come up, right? 2 may come up, 3 may come up, 4 may come up, 5 may come up, right? 6, yet 6 may come up, or T1, T2, right? When tail comes, 1 may come up, 2 may come up, 3 may come up in the die. So, T3, T4, T5 and T6. Let us consider other random experiments. A coin is tossed. If it shows head, we draw a ball from a bag consisting of 3 blue and 4 white. If it shows tail, we throw a die. Describe the sample space. So, what we are doing, let us consider there are 3 blue balls. Let blue balls denoted by B1, B2, B3 and 4 white balls denoted by W1, W2, W3, W4. Now, what the experiment is, when a coin is tossed, if it shows 8, then we are taking 1 ball out of these 7 balls. When tail comes, we are rolling a die. So, therefore, let us consider head comes up. What we have to do? We have to draw a ball from these. So, while drawing the ball from a box, see there are 3 blue balls and 4 white balls. So, what is the probability of which ball may come up? We do not know. B1 may come when getting it, and then B2 ball may come, or HB3 may come, right? Next, HW1 may come, HW2 may come. So, HW3 and HW4. So, these are the possibilities when head comes up. When tail comes up, what we are doing? We are rolling a die. So, when tail comes up, rolling a die, nothing but 1 may come up, 2 may come up, 3 may come up, 4, 5 and then 6. So, this is the sample space of this experiment. When head comes up, we are taking a ball from bag consisting of 3 blue and 4 white. So, HB1, HB2, HB3 and HW1, HW2, HW3. When tail comes up, if it shows tail, throw a die. When tail comes up on the coin, we are rolling a die. Therefore, T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6 may come, right? So, this is the sample space for that experiment. Now, consider this experiment. An experiment consists of tossing a coin and then throwing it second time. Tossing a coin and throw it second time if head occurs. If head occurs, when you toss a coin, if head comes, again you are tossing a coin. If tail comes, what we are doing? If a tail occurs on the first toss, then the die is rolled. Find the sample space. I hope you have understood. So the sample space in this case is when coin is tossed, head comes up if you see, then again you are tossing a coin, so HH, so head and head may come, or head and tail, so therefore HH and HT. If tail occurs, then we are rolling a die, so therefore T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6. An experiment of consisting of tossing a coin, if head comes up, toss a coin again, H may come up, tail may come up. If tail occurs, rolling a die. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, among that any number may come up. Okay. Now consider this experiment. A coin is tossed, if the outcome is head, a die is thrown. A coin is tossed, coin anna chimta idivi, if the outcome is head, head bidre, die is thrown. Die ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. If the die shows up an even number, if die shows die ಅಲ್ಲಿ even number ಬಿದ್ರೆ, even number ಯಾವುದು 2, 4, 6, the die is thrown again, ಮತ್ತೆ die ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? So a coin is tossed, if the outcome is head, head ಬಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ we are rolling a die. Even number ಬಂದ್ರೆ again we are rolling a die. That is, write the sample space of this experiment. So what happens? Tail bidre ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? That is not mentioned here. So tail bidre ಏನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, tail ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಡಬೇಕು. So therefore the sample space for this experiment is tail. We are not doing anything. So head if it comes, we are rolling a die. That is H1. Correct? Odd bandre ಏನು? It is not given. If 2 comes, we are rolling the die again second time. So therefore that time H21 may come, H22, H23, H24, H25, H26, right? Then H3 may come. H4 if it comes, H4 again you are rolling a die. H41, H42, H43, H44, H45, H46. Then H5 comes, we are not doing anything. If H6 comes, 6 is an even number. When even number comes, the die is thrown again. That time 6-1, H6-2, H6-3, correct? H6-4, H6-5, H6-6. So this is the random experiment. This is the sample space of this experiment. A coin is tossed, head may come up or tail may come up. If tail come up, what we have to do, they have not mentioned. If head comes up, rolling a die. When you roll a die, H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6 are the possible outcomes. But even number comes, again you are rolling a die for the second time. That is the experiment. If a die shows up an even number, the die is thrown again. So when die is thrown again, suppose odd number comes, we won't do anything. If even number comes, die is thrown second time. So that is 1 may come up, 2 may come up, 3 may, so H24, H5, H26 may come. So H3 we won't do anything. 4, H4, then 4 is an even. Again we are rolling a die. So 4, 6 possible outcomes. Consider this experiment. An experiment consisting of rolling a die and then tossing a coin once if the number on the die is even. Die ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ, ಎರಡು ಬಿತ್ತು, ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಟಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಕಾಯಿನ್ ಒನ್ಸ್. ಆಡ್ ಬಿದ್ದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಇಫ್ ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಡೈ ಇಸ್ ಆಡ್, ದ ಕಾಯಿನ್ ಈಸ್ ಟಾಸ್ಡ್ ಟ್ವೈಸ್. ಆಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಕಾಯಿನನ್ನು ಎರಡು ಟೈಮ್ ಚಿಮ್ಮಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. So what happens when roll a die, if suppose 1 comes up, odd number, then what we are doing? We are tossing a coin twice. Therefore 1 HH, 1 HT, 1 TH, 1 TT. So these are the possible outcomes when odd number comes. When even number comes up, what we are doing? We are tossing a coin once. So head may come up or tail may come up. 3 odd number, so we are tossing a coin twice. Therefore 3HH, 3HT, 3TH, 3TT. When 4, only one time we are tossing a coin. 5, 2 times we are tossing a coin. 5ST, 5TH, 5TT. Then the last one is 6H, 6T. So these are the possible outcomes of this random experiments. Till now we have discussed what is meant by probability, what is meant by random experiment, how to describe the sample space of the random experiment. Now let me consider a random experiment. A die is rolled. So what is the sample space of this experiment? When die is rolled, 1 may come up, 2 may come up, 3 may come up, 4, 5 and 6. So let us consider the other. Let me consider getting an even number. Getting an even number. So getting an even number, what are the possibilities? 2, 4, 6. Getting an even prime number. So what is the possibility? Even prime number? Only 2 even prime. Then consider the another event. So what is meant by event? Event is a subset of sample space. Any subset of sample space is called as an event. Let me consider the another event, that is getting an odd number. That is odd numbers are 1, 3 and 5. Then another event, getting prime numbers. So that is, what are the possibility? What are the prime numbers? 2, the number divisible by itself, and 1 are known as prime numbers. So therefore among 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3 and 5 are the prime numbers. Now these are called as events. These are the subsets of these are the subsets of, or these are the outcomes derived taking from the sample space. So any subset of the sample space is called an event. So these are, I have considered the 4 events here. How are those? Let me consider one more event, that is getting number greater than 7, and F is the event getting number greater than less than 7. So is there any outcome more than 7? No. So in that case, what is the set? It does not contain any of the elements. Number less than 7, it is an event getting an number less than 7. So in this case, what are the possibilities? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all are less than 7, therefore all the outcomes will come. So observe these events. Getting an even number is 2, 4, 6. Getting an even prime, only one even prime, rest all are odd primes, therefore 2. Getting an odd number, that is 135 out of this in this experiment. Getting prime numbers, there are 235. Getting number greater than 7, that is no chance out of 6, therefore no chance, number greater than 7, it is not possible. Getting a number less than 7, that is the outcomes of this event equal to the sample space, right. So we have different types of events based on the outcomes. If an event do not contains any outcome, an event which do not contain any of the outcome of the random experiment, then it is called as impossible event, because it is not possible, right. So therefore it is called as impossible event. And any event which consists of exactly one outcome, then it is called as simple event, correct. Now, so this event, the events whose outcomes are equal to the outcomes of the sample space, then it is called as sure event. So we have different types of events where simple event nothing but which consists of exactly one outcome, impossible event nothing but it does not contain any outcome of the random experiments. For every set the empty set results of the subset, therefore that empty set is called as impossible event. And if the outcomes of the outcomes of the event equal to the sample space, then it is called as sure event. Then if an event which consists of more than one outcome, it is called as compound event. It is called as compound event. Now let us consider one more example, that is 2 coins are tossed. So what is the sample space in that case? HH, HT, TH, TT. 2 times it may come, 1 time it may come in the first, or it may come in the second, or 2 tail may come. So in this sample space, what would be the simple event, how compound event can be written, how impossible event can be, we can make, how we can give the example for sure event. For example, impossible event, if I want to take an event that, so getting at least 3 8s, right. Is there any outcome getting at least 3? At least means minimum 3 8s. See, when we are tossing a coin twice, is there any chance of getting 3 8s? No. So therefore it is an example of impossible event. Let me consider an example for simple event, which consists of, so that is 2 8 show. So that is both the times 8 may come, so it is only one outcome will come, so therefore it is simple event. So compound event, at least one time, that is HT, TH, TT. One tile irlebek, minimum one tile irbek, or ಜಾಸ್ತಿನೂ ಇರಬಹುದು. So HT, TH and TT. So this is an example for compound event. Sure event, at most 2 8s. ಅಂದರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ 2 8s ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲದೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ 2 8s, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಔಟ್ಕಮ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ HH, 1 8, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದ TT. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ 4 ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಶೂರ್ ಇವೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಇವೆಂಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಇವೆಂಟ್. And this is the example for impossible events. So this is about the types of the events. In these events only, exclusive and exhaustive events, nothing but, see out the event E and the event A and event C. See that, so if you find their intersection, what we are getting? Null set. So therefore null set represented by either this symbol or this symbol. Such events are known as mutually exclusive events. Mutually exclusive, if any two events are said to be mutually exclusive, their intersection should be a null set. Their intersection should be a null set. And if you want to say those two events are exhaustive, exhaustive means if you find their union, so what you will get? Elements of this, outcomes of this and outcomes of this. Outcome belongs to A or outcome belongs to B or both. So that is 1, 2, 1 is there in this, 2 is there, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 5 and 6. So therefore their union is equal to the sample space. Their even union is equal to sample space. Such events are known as exhaustive events. So consider an event a die is rolled and A is an event that is getting an odd number. So that is 1, 3, 5 are the chances, and B is an event getting an even number on the die. So that is 2, 4, 6. Now if you find their A intersection B, there are no outcome in common. So therefore A intersection B, if any two events nothing but it is a subset of sample space. If any subset of sample space is called as an event. If any two events, their intersection is null set, then we can say those two are said to be mutually exclusive event. Mutually exclusive event. Then if you find their union, if their union is here, if you find their union, we are getting the sample space itself. So therefore such events are said to be exhaustive event. Then what would be the conditions of a mutually exclusive event? So let us consider E1, E2, E3, so on up to En are the events. If they are said to be mutually exclusive, pairwise mutually exclusive, A1 intersection or AI intersection EG should be null set. So if any two events are said to be mutually exclusive, EI intersection EJ should be null set. So when we say exhaustive events, what are exhaustive events? So E1, E2, E3 or En are the events. If you find their union, if it is equal to the sample space, then we can say they are said to be exhaustive events. Then they are said to be exhaustive events. Mutually exclusive and mutually exhaustive. Then mutually exclusive and exhaustive. If it satisfies both the properties, what is the condition? ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಇದು ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ ಅಂತ ಎಕ್ಸಾಸ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ದೇ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಪೇರ್ ವೈಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ AI intersection EG should be null set, and as well as E1, E2 union E3 so on up to union En should be equal to sample space. So this is the best example for the mutually exclusive as well as exhaustive events. See, A intersection B is null set and A union B is mutually exclusive. So therefore this is the best example for exhaustive events. Now let me consider the experiments and few events they have given. So out of those events which are mutually exclusive and exhaustive, we can check. Yes. Now consider this experiment, rolling a pair of dice and recorded the number that comes up. Describe the following events. So the sum greater than 8. When the sum is greater than 8, so suppose if one comes on the first throw, then maximum 6 if it comes. 1 plus 6, that is 7. We want sum greater than 8. So therefore, this is not possible. 2, 6. The sum will be equal to 8, but we want greater than 8. So this also won't come. Then 3, 6. Sum is 9. Sum of the numbers that comes up when two dice, pair of dice are rolled, recording the numbers that comes up. So the sum of the number is 3 plus 6, 9, which is greater than 8. So it is considered. Then 4, 5. 4, 4, it becomes sum is equal to 8, but greater than 8 we want. So 4, 5, 4, 6. Next 5, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6. And 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6. In all these cases, the sum will be greater than 8. So another event, that is B, that is 2 occurs on the die. 2 occurs on the die. First die or second, 2 occurs on the die. So 2 occurs on the die, that is 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6. Or any other outcomes are possible. 2 occurs on the die, either in the first die or in the second die, right? So therefore, any other elements, that is 2, 2 we have listed already. So 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, yes, 1, 2. So these are the possible outcomes when 2 occurs on the die. So let me consider the another event C, that is the sum is at least 7 and multiple of 3. Multiple of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Then it should be at least 7. So what are the possibilities? 1, at least 7, 1, 6. So it is sum is 7, but it is not divisible by 3 or multiple of 3, therefore it won't come. Next 2, 6, 2, 5. It won't come. 2, 6, no. So it should, the sum should be more than or equal to 7 and as a multiple of 3. So when we multiple of 3, that is the sum should be either 9, 12, 15 like that. So therefore 3, 6 and this is one possibility. Next 4, 5, 5, 4. So 4, 6, 10. 10 means it is not divisible. 5, 4. Next 6, 3. Next 6, 6. So these are the possibilities which satisfies both the condition. At least sum is at least 7, more than 7 or more than greater than or equal to 7 and a multiple of 3. So these are the outcomes. Now tell me, out of these, which are the events mutually exclusive? See this 3, 6 and 3, 6. A intersection C is not a null set. A intersection C is not a null set, therefore A and A intersection C are not mutually exclusive. But if you find A intersection B, any outcome in common, so 3, 6, anywhere it is there? No. So 4, 6, it is not there. 4, 2 is there, 4, 6 is not there. So A and B are mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive. What about B and C? B and C, if you consider 2, 1, it is not there. 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 5, 2, 5, 4, no. So even B and C are also mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive. So therefore, this is the conclusion we can draw. So A and B are mutually exclusive because they do not have any outcome in common, and B and C are also mutually exclusive because they do not contain any outcome in common. Now consider this experiment, one more experiment, that is a coin is tossed 3 times. So when a coin is tossed 3 times, what are the possible outcomes of that experiment? So the sample space will be 3 8 show, 2 8s and 1 tile. So in that yet may come, tile may come, yet may come. So tile may comes in the first toss, right? So 1 net and 2 tiles, interchange this THT, interchange this TTH, then last one is TTT. So this is the sample space of the random experiment. 3 coins are tossed once. Now let me write down the events. A event, no yet appears. No yet appears, nothing but what? Yet should not be there. Yet should not be there in the sense only one possible outcomes, that is TTT. Exactly 1 8. So the event B will be exactly 1 8. So out of these events, exactly 1 8, nothing but either this and this and this. So therefore STT, THT, TTH. So in these 3 outcomes only exactly 1 8 is there. Next the event C. Event C, at least 2 8 appears. At least 2. At least 2 means minimum 2 and more than 2 8s. So therefore which are the events? So HH, T, HTH, THS. In these 3 events 2 8s are there and more than 2 8s are also possible. So therefore these are the 4 events where at least 2 8 appears. Now out of these, which are the events mutually exclusive? See, A and B, any outcome in common, TTT it is not there. Therefore A and B are mutually exclusive. What about these 2? These 2 are also mutually exclusive. What about B and C? H, HT, HTH, no outcome in common. So therefore A intersection B is null set. B intersection C is also null set. Then A intersection C is also null set. So therefore it is mutually exclusive. And they have given that, do they form a set of mutually exclusive and exhaustive, both the conditions whether it is satisfying. So definitely it is mutually exclusive. See, A intersection B, B intersection C, A intersection C, they are mutually exclusive. In order to show that exhaustive events, we have to prove that A union B union C should be a sample space. Now see, union A, B and C union if you find, so that is TTT. So all the elements will come. Why? Because they are pairwise disjoint. They are pairwise disjoint. So therefore all the outcomes of B and all the outcomes of C, HST, HTH and THH, THH and HHH. So that is nothing but which is equal to sample space. A union B union C is equal to sample space. Therefore they are mutually exclusive as well as they are exhaustive events, because their union is equal to the sample space. If their union is equal to the sample space and they are pairwise disjoint, we can say they are mutually exclusive and exhaustive. Have you understood? So this is about event, subsets of events. What are the subsets of event? Event nothing but any subset of the sample space is called an event. So there are 4 types of events, that is impossible event. Impossible event, it is an event which do not have any outcome. So sure event, it is an event which the outcomes of that event will be equal to the sample space. That is called as a sure event. And simple event, an event which consists of exactly one element, then it is a simple event. Compound event, it is an event which has more than one outcome, it is known as compound event. Mutually exclusive event, so mutually exclusive event, 2 events which are said to be mutually exclusive if their intersection is a null set. If their intersection should be a null set, then we can say they are said to be mutually exclusive. Exhaustive events, if any 2 events are said to be exhaustive, if you find their union of the sets, you should get a the sample space. You should get the sample space. And mutually exclusive and exhaustive, nothing but it satisfies, they must be pairwise disjoint and their union will be equal to the sample space.